In high school, like I said, we went to the same school, and during the day, during classes, I was just Alysia, whatever. There were no cultural markers necessarily. When I came home, my family, my neighborhood was very Caribbean American. And in particular, we were very active in a church that was very Caribbean American. And my mother forced us to join the youth group. And this was we were all Caribbean American kids. And we put on talent shows and we did dances, and it was all surrounding Caribbean American culture. And through that experience and through my family, what I slowly began to realize is that there was this divide, I perceived as a divide between native-born Caribbean people and Caribbean Americans. And it was just always a feature in my life that honestly, it pissed me off. I was the Yankee in the family,
Yes.
Or they would tell jokes and like, oh, you don't get it. You didn't grow there. You don't understand. Or you don't eat that. And like, it was a thing that, that grew it, and I grew resentful of it. And I love to write. I always had journals, and blogging came along, and I was blogging for myself initially. And I was just like, I have these thoughts. I have these feelings. I want to share it. I have to get it out. And it all surrounded the intersection of Caribbean and American culture and life. And that's where Rewind and Come Again was born.
Love it. What to you think is the difference between how you experienced Caribbean identity as a first generation growing up in New York City versus, say, your parents and what they experienced when they came to the States?
The difference in our experience, I mean, theirs was typical immigrant experience, right? So I didn't have those struggles of, my mom worked with the United Nations for 30 years. So she was in a bit of an international space, but at the same time, she gave me lessons on how to speak. I distinctly remember that, it's water, and things like, and when I would call her at work, she could never get rid of her accent completely, but it changed significantly when she was around her work friends versus when she came home. So their experience was very much assimilation, trying to fit in, trying to, make the best of it, and giving us my brother and I, those values. We took that and our experience growing up in America, mashed them together and realized we don't have to assimilate. Because we are from here, and we can choose to be different and embrace parts of the culture, and not just embrace, but celebrate and show parts of the culture that you maybe didn't feel comfortable doing because you were trying to fit in.
Right.